Minutes, sponsored by Sinclair Heating and Cooling for 24/7 comfort on call.
Brad, now, and I can already see by the screen here that we're going to be talking outer space today.
We are. These are things seen from space, okay? For those of you who joined us last Thursday, we told you to be on the alert. Listen this weekend to find out whether or not this Firefly Aerospace Blue Ghost lander would land on the moon. It did successfully do that on Sunday. Sending back this picture, you can see the shadow of the lander there, and you can also see the Earth off in the distance. This thing will conduct about 10 experiments for NASA, okay?
Wow.
So we'll continue to track that one. This one is really interesting. What do we have here? Let's see if we can get a closer view. This is from November 19th. Now, when you blow these things up, they get a little grainy, but you get the idea.
I'm guessing we're looking at that light.
We are looking at that light, and here's what it is. First of all, this photograph was taken by an astronaut on the International Space Station. It shows they're called gigantic jets of upward shooting lightning. Now, what you need to know about most lightning either goes from cloud to cloud or cloud to ground.
Yeah.
Rarely does it go from cloud to space, but it does. It's been photographed several times, and this is one of those photographs. Again, this was just from last year. Here's some more information about these gigantic jets because they're really an unusual phenomenon. So this particular strike, they think it rose about 50 miles into space. This picture was taken off of the southern coast of the United States, okay? So it occurs when charged layers of the clouds get temporarily inverted. Most of the lightning typically goes from cloud bottoms to the ground or cloud bottoms to cloud tops, but the charge inverts, so it goes from cloud top to space. That's what's happening here, okay? It's very bizarre. The light is blue in color because of the high levels of nitrogen in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That helps to kind of color it. Just like, Jason, the northern lights have different colors, and that depends on what level of the atmosphere those lights are occurring, okay? That's why you get greens, you get blues, you get reds, okay? With that in mind, take a look at this. These gigantic jets contain 60 times more energy than a standard lightning bolt. So they're extremely powerful. They reach about 8,000 degrees, which is just incredible, isn't it?
Hard to even imagine.
It is. They were first discovered only in 2001. It doesn't mean that they've only been happening since then, but they were first discovered in 2001. Only a few dozen have been photographed, but they suspect that there are others that happen that aren't there for the camera, okay?
Yeah.
So, but it's a little bit of an oddity, and I thought that was very interesting.
Too bad we can't capture that energy and use it somehow.
You might be onto something, Jason. You might be onto something. And then I have one final one for you. Are you ever switching through the channels? It's like, there is nothing to watch on TV.
Nah, never.
Happens every day, right?
Yeah, actually it does.
Here's something for you.
Just not during our news, right?
Correct. Here's something for you to check out. If you go to YouTube and just Google 4K International Space Station, we now have a live view in 4K resolution coming from the International Space Station, streaming 24/7. Now, occasionally they'll be in a blackout area where for maybe 5 to 8 minutes you won't have a live view, but it's kind of fun to just watch it. I've been tuning in from time to time, and believe me, there are some gorgeous views. So it's there for you.
I'm sure we're going to get some viewers now that are going to take you up on that.
I hope so.
And tune in and catch the glimpse, because it is quite the
It's
scene.
gorgeous, especially in 4K.
It's hard to imagine there's a
color.
camera way up there in space.
250 miles up.
Yeah. That's something.
It is.
Thanks, Brad.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Call it luck. Call it something. Look